Hey guys, Speedoz here, and today I bring you a new video about a Tectonic Slam Chieftain. I've never played Tectonic Slam before, I've never played Chieftain as well, so I thought this would be a very nice opportunity since Tectonic Slam is now a Slam skill category, and with all the reworks regarding the Slam skills and the Chieftain Ascendancy, I think it would be nice to give it a shot, okay? And also, as many of you have requested, I'm doing a kind of part 1 build to give you some advice on how I've been leveling the build in case you want to replicate or play this build as well and want to have some ideas on what I'm building so far. Alright, so we've reached level 79 as Chieftain. For the Pantheon, I've got the Lunaris and the Grufkul. The Bandits, I've helped Alira for the crit multiplier and the resists. For the Ascendancy, we've chosen Chieftain. First of all, the Tahoe's Forest, because it triggers level 20 Tahoe's Chosen, which basically duplicates our attacks once in a while. So it's like a clone attacking with you. A very nice damage multiplier right there. Then we've got the Valaco Storm's Embrace, which regenerates our life per second per endurance charge, gives us more damage if we've lost an endurance charge in the past 8 seconds, which is nice for Tectonic Slam. We lose 1 endurance charge every 3rd attack by using the Tectonic Slam, and we also get a +1 maximum endurance charges. The 3rd Ascendancy is Namahu Flames Advance because it helps us convert 50% of our physical damage to fire damage, and also every 10 seconds we gain 100% of physical damage as extra fire for 4 seconds, which means 4 seconds with the buff and 6 seconds without the buff. And also, last of all, the Hinekora Death's Fury, which gives us a fire damage leached as life and also makes us cover rare or unique enemies in Nash for 10 seconds, which basically increases the damage that the enemy is taking and also reduces its movement speed. Now I'm going to explain you how I've been leveling this build so far. I've made a leveling guide inside the POB that's in the video's description, which you can see down here. You can see all the trees, so as soon as you've reached 32 points, you can go this way, getting some life, getting some damage nodes, critical nodes here, and then +1 endurance charge. You can also get another endurance charge, some life, resists, and also some damage over here. At 81 points, you go down and to the right, get some another damage and life modifiers as well. And at this moment, current moment of the build, we went all the way to the right as well to get some Photo Blade nodes, which is very nice for damage stacking, and also some life right here. So you can see all the leveling process within the POB link that's in the video's description, as well as the gems that you could use. So if you go up here on the left on the notes, you can see all the links that you could be using for your leveling, which I used in my case. So if you don't have a 6 link, this is the gem progression that you should aim for, in my opinion. So in case of a 3 link, you could use Cleave, Chance to Bleed, Onslaught, and if you have a 6 link, you can also use these gems as well. Getting Ancestral Protector, Enduring Cry, Intimidating Cry, Lip Slam, or Dash, or both if you want, also Precision, is very useful when you're going through the Act 1. In Act 2, you should also get another gems which you could replace and add in your main setup, and as well in the auras, such as Heart of Ash, Heart of Purity, and also Blood Rage for your frenzy charges, and some leech as well. So you have all the details here going from Act 1 to the Act 6, where you're able to buy all the gems from the game in Lily's Quest right at the beginning. So here you can also have the choices of getting your main 6 link setup, also another 3 link, which is casting damage taken, Wave of Conviction, and Combustion. So all the details for your leveling gems you can see right here, and I hope this is very useful for you who is especially starting at PoE as well. Talking about the gear that I'm using so far, I'm using the Onigoroshi which is a very nice and fun sword to play, because through the leveling it's always speaking with you when you're progressing through the leveling process. And also it's a one-handed sword that occupies both hand slots, and it gives you physical damage to attacks per level. So the more level you have, the more damage you will have with this weapon. Also grants you her embrace for 3 seconds when you ignite an enemy. Her embrace is a buff that makes you cannot be stunned, gives you 123 of sword physical damage gained as extra fire damage. You are unaffected by burning ground, you are immune to freeze, chill, and ignite, and you also gain 20% increased attack, cast, and movement speed, which is a very fun and good buff because you're gaining her embrace basically every time we hit an enemy at the end game. While in her embrace, we also take 5.5% of our total maximum life and energy shield as fire damage per second per level. So again, the more level you have, the more power you have, but also the more degen you'll have. We have plenty of regen in this build, considering if you're gonna use the Enduring Cry, and also our life leech is more than enough to compensate this kind of degen, so don't worry about that. Also, you can use it right at the level 1, and you can obtain this weapon by killing Hillock. So what people usually do to farm this weapon is to create 3 or 4 characters. With your first character, you go all the way to Hillock, kill him, swap the character to the second one, go to Hillock again, kill him, swap the character, and keep doing this process over and over again until you find the Uber Hillock, which is holding the Onigoroshi, and then right after you kill him, you will drop the sword, which is always 16. So very nice cheap option to level this build, and also because it's very cheap at this moment, because it's costing at the moment 1.3x. So you have also the option to farm or to buy and then level this build. Through all the leveling, basically I've used whatever I was finding on the ground except from the Onigoroshi itself. So it was very easy, and also I was using the Thief's Torment to give to get some life gain on hit, and also mana gain on hit. So very nice life and mana sustain right there, not to mention the elemental rest and the quantity as well. But as soon as I've equipped the Abysses, which gives us plenty of physical damage to attacks, melee critical strike multiplier, and the Oscarm, which gives us a very nice and cheap curse enemies with Assassin's Mark on a hit, my damage really scaled well. And also a Calmus Heart at level 68 gave us plenty of life. Before that, I was using a Gold Dream, a random glove that I found through the leveling, and also another random body armor that gave me life, or a Tabula Rasa to just help me with the links that I was using at that moment. But Abyssus is very nice because of the properties that I mentioned, and those will scale with your, for example, the Ascendancy right here that gives us extra physical damage as fire. So it is very nice. And also the Amulet, as you can see here so far, it is very basic, a life with resistance, and I crafted the physical damage to attacks. The Thief's Torment will be replaced in the future. The Calmus Heart is a very nice option to have some very nice and big life. The Oscarm, I don't think I'm going to replace it. I think this is very welcome, this damage boost. And it's very easy to get also some accuracy with our gear, and especially with the precision level gem. The boots right here, it's very cheap as well. As you can see, movement speed and resistance only, and also a belt that I dropped through leveling too. So all the gear here is costing me less than 2 exalts at the moment, and I'm going very easy through the Atlas progression. Going through the links, we have Tectonic Slam, elemental damage with attacks, Fist of War, melee physical damage, Fortify, Fire Pen, Wave of Conviction, cast on damage taken and combustion, Intimidating Cry, Herald of Ash, Precision, Blood Rage, Herald of Purity, faster attacks, Ancestral Warchief, Leap Slam, and Enduring Cry. Talking about the cries, like I told you, the Enduring Cry is giving us a very, very nice regen. Over 1 second we regen at this moment 1666 life. This is amazing, especially for surviving in dangerous occasions, not to mention that we gain endurance charges near the enemies. Also, Intimidating Cry. This cry is amazing. It exerts our next 2 melee attacks, and also depending on the enemy's power, we can overwhelm the physical damage reduction of the enemy. And also our exert attacks deal double damage. This is amazing. You can basically one-shot, probably in the future, the endgame bosses, the bosses from the maps, with all these buffs stacking, right? So the Onigoroshi, the Ascendancy buff, and also the exert attack. So what we do here is to take benefit from also the Fist of War. So we place the totem, activate the Intimidating Cry. You'll see that we have a count of 2 attacks here, which means our next 2 melee attacks. We hit the ground, walk a little bit, wait for probably 1.91 seconds, so the cooldown of Fist of War is renewed, and also we attack again. You can see here that since we took call to arms, our cooldown is shared between the Warcries. So this is a thing that I'm working on at the moment, because I feel that if we don't have the call to arms, the Warcry cast makes the build a little bit clunky to play, because you're always stopping and casting your Warcries. So at this moment, I'm gonna choose wisely which Warcry I'm gonna use, because if I use one, I cannot use another. Also, if I chose to not use Call to Arms, I should aim to get probably other nodes, Warcry speed nodes. There's a few here, there's another Warcry nodes here, some of others here, and other nodes here. So this is a thing that I'm currently working on. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this tree, but I will surely tell you in the next video what path I'm gonna choose, okay? Overall speaking, it's been a fun build to play. At this moment it's cheap, and I don't know yet what we're gonna do with this build. So we're gonna see in the next few streams what you're gonna do with this build, alright? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.